Hello and welcome to today's Oregon Update. I'm Mitch Reams. Coming up, find out what new tax is coming to the state and also take a first look at the new Blazers logo. All that and more right now. We start with troubling news from the Florence Municipal Jail. An inmate is dead after assaulting two police officers who were trying to release the man from custody. The Florence jail is merely a 16-bed holdover before trial, and it is not yet clear what the cause of the altercation was. Medics were called to tend to the officers, but quickly turned their attention to the prisoner when he went unresponsive. The prisoner's identity and cause of death have yet to be determined. An identity has been determined for the man who fell 600 feet and died on Mount Hood Sunday. He has been identified as John Jenkins, a 32-year-old climber from Seattle. Jenkins was just 600 feet from the summit when he lost his footing. Mount Hood is one of the most popular climbing destinations on the West Coast, and Jenkins is the second person to die on the slopes in 2017. And if you were in downtown Eugene last night, you probably noticed the massive police cars near the library. The reason? A group of teenagers who are harassing Eugene police officers by the bus station. The crowd has been described as aggressive, and a Eugene man is in the hospital after trying to defend the police officers. Switching to financial news, local nonprofit organization St. Vincent de Paul has invested over $1 million in the Saginaw Trailer Park. The initial acquisition was for $1.35 million, and the organization says that it will invest another $1.7 million in reconstruction. For the 100 or so people living in the trailer park, this will mean new bathrooms, roads, and playgrounds. Before the change in ownership, nearly 4 times a day, police were called to this trailer park. Now that number has dropped to 4 in a month. In construction news, residents of Eugene who drive through downtown are going to be faced with even more delays. The city announced that construction will begin on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Streets and will continue throughout the summer. Officials warned to expect delays and to try and plan your routes around the affected areas. And the construction doesn't stop there. Oregon lawmakers have proposed a plan to raise $8.2 billion in new taxes for infrastructure improvements. The plan would increase taxes on vehicles and gas and open up Oregon's roads to tolls for the first time ever. The money would be spent on public transit projects and improving Oregon's crumbling roads and bridges. This same tax plan would introduce a toll on I-5, I-205, and Highway 217 to expand them and help alleviate congestion issues. Now coming up, we'll take a look at what the skies have in store.
Your son wants to get a cat,
I'll really take care of it.
but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job!
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
And it's a gorgeous day in Eugene today, but don't take my word for it, just take a look out the window. Today is a high of 74 with only wisps of clouds in the sky. Tonight, it will drop to a moderately chilly low of 44 with a 10% chance of precipitation. Tomorrow's weather will be more of the same, so get out and enjoy that sun before the rain comes back this weekend. And if you're heading down to Portland, go take a look at the Blazers' new logo. Here's the pinwheel the Blazers have been using since 2004. Now, here's the design changes that were announced last night. All it takes is flipping the colors and smoothing out the ends of the pinwheel and boom, it's effectively the same thing. Now, the colors are more reminiscent of the 90s teams, and if it helps the Blazers return to the 90s form, I'm all for it. And now also in need of return to form is the Oregon baseball team, as they head to Portland to take on the Pilots in a one-off game tonight. This is the Ducks' last chance to get some momentum rolling before the Oregon State Beavers, or the best team in the nation, come to PK Park this weekend. The Ducks blew yet another game last weekend as Oregon took a 5-0 lead into the 7th inning against Washington State. Star closer Kenyon Yovan was off his game, and the Ducks gave up 6 runs in the last 3 innings to drop the game. The women's golf team had a strong showing in Day 1 of the Lubbock Regional, finishing in 2nd place out of 18 teams. The top 6 teams advanced to the Super Regional. The Ducks have been led by senior Kathleen Santoso, whose 3 under par placed her 2nd among all golfers at the Regional. Second round play continues today. Now that wraps up today's Oregon News Daily Update. Thanks for watching, and be sure to come back tomorrow for our resident Aussie anchor. Signing off, I'm Mitch Rames.